Okay, everybody, hi. We're recording. This is my plan with me for what the fuck day it is. Monday, May 17th. My brain is kind of bubbly at this point. It's Friday night. I'm tired. I've had a week. A good week, but still a week. Here's the tools of my trade. Nothing has changed here. Here's the last week you saw me plan. And remember, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to track. I have not been tracking. I haven't been tracking anything. Remember when I was like, and I put my gratitude list on in the month. Nothing here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I want to be super clear. It's right now. We're waiting. Date night is starting late because it was going to take a while to cook potatoes. You know, I did obviously a little bit of tracking. I have sort of like thought to myself about what I want in this book. It's definitely come up. But one of the things that sort of like was sticking out for me, by the way, I'm using my Pilot Erasable Friction to fill in my stuff. So I'll do that while I talk. But one of the things that was really sticking out for me, that was really sort of like felt significant for me, was when I was talking to my husband about tracking and about how I felt some kind of way, you know, about the fact that I hadn't really been tracking. And he said that this thing, you know, that just really stood out for me. He said, you know, a lot of the things I see you do in life, these habits that you have, the tracking, the organizing, etc., etc., etc. He said, so many of them seem to, oh, that's classes definitely happening. Seem to be around, sorry. He said they seem to be around managing, right? So they're managing your time. They're managing your whatever. And class actually starts at 7, so I'm gonna actually start this at 6:30, and then it ends at 8. So let's edit that as well. I think I just put that much time on my calendar so I would make sure to not have anything right after class or not anything right before class. So let's put prep in here and class. This is a class I'm teaching, which is why it's so important. Okay, we've got all this and this. Yes. Oh, that's actually the wrong time. This is at 2:30. Let's put that there. But anyway, he was like, so much of what you do is about maintenance. It's about, you know, he actually used the phrase, holding the disparate bay, which I was like, you're not wrong. It sounds sad, but you're not wrong. I'm going to need a label to cover this little calendar here. So I'm going to get this guy from the drawer. Oops. Oh, I broke my drawer a little bit. Oh, no. Sorry, drawer. That's a problem for some other time. Me from some other time. I've got this to do right now. Anyway, it's not functionally breaking the drawer. It's just there's this little divider and it cracked a little bit. He said, you know, most of what you do, a lot of what you do is just holding the despair at bay. And I was like, yeah, you're not wrong. And he's like, lately, you know, especially with the company doing okay and me getting to do a lot of stuff that I have always wanted to do but have never always felt like I could do, like teaching this class and doing these trainings and giving speeches all around the country, which is really easy when everything's on Zoom. He was like, you know, these things, they're happening for you. And you're less, there's no, you know, there's not as much despair. You don't have to manage, you know, you don't have to manage these workplaces that are problematic. You don't have to manage depression. You know, I've gotten a much better handle on my eating disorder in the last several years. So I don't have to manage that. And I'm not really suffering from it anymore. Well, right now, I mean, I still have it, obviously, and I still have to do things to make sure that I don't slip back into disordered eating. But, you know, for the first time in a long time, potentially even my whole life, there's a lot going well for me. And so a lot of these tools that I've used for years, you know, I got my first planner when I was in 5th grade. A lot of these tools that I've used for years that I needed in order to manage my shit. I don't know how they fit in anymore. You know, I don't need to keep the despair at bay. I don't need, like, one of the reasons I started tracking every minute of every day is because I would have these bosses who were micromanaging dickbags who would get into fits and accuse me of not working when they were upset at themselves usually. And so I started tracking every second of every day so that, you know, no one can look at that and tell me that I don't do anything, right? But if you're looking at this or this, I have appointments, yeah, but what am I doing in between the appointments? Which is something that a micromanaging boss would ask, but which is something now I'm like, I'm living my fucking life. Mind your goddamn business. And the only person who asks, what are you doing between your appointments, is my critical inner voice that's not fucking productive. So, given that reality, what does this book do for me now? Because there are things, I consider myself to be a documentarian. What does this body need? And I really enjoy the idea of building a body of documentation of a life, of my life, of what I do, what's important to me, you know? And so, what's that look like, right? Because I want to know what happened on this day or whatever, you know? I want to know what it felt like or what I discovered or what I thought, you know? I bought patio furniture, actually. Today, and I wanted to write that down. Jeez. My allergies are up, despite the fact that I'm taking allergy medicine every day. Oh wait, I should use this because I don't want to fray that pencil board. But you know, that's what I've been asking myself these last couple of weeks that I haven't been tracking every second. And as you can see, sometimes I'll go in and I'll track a little bit, or I tracked a little bit on Monday. But it's still, you know, a thing. It's still, what do I want to track, you know? One of the reasons I got my very first planner in 5th grade is because my mom was working swing shift. And at that time, my mom and my grandmother were sharing custody of me. And so every 3 days, regardless of weekend or school night or anything, I would leave school, my grandma would drop me off at school, and my mom would pick me up. And then every 3 days, my mom would drop me off at school, and my grandma would pick me up. That is hectic as fuck. If you've never tried to be in 5th grade and also switch your custody every 3 fucking days, that's hectic as shit. And I also understand, of course, that I had it better than a lot of other kids. You know, at least I was only switching between 2 households rather than, you know, foster families or other things that kids have to deal with. But there's you know, my planner has almost always, oh, that's too long. My planner has almost always been an extension or a way to manage a chaotic world that is not actually serving me. It's a way to take that chaos that's in the world and figure it out on this page. And I'm not saying that I've suddenly woken up to a world where I'm great, where things all work out for me. But I'm also saying that I am in control of what my days look like today. And I'm far more in control of what my days look like today than I was the last time I was full-time working in my own business. Because last time I was full-time working in my own business, I was still living under the fallacy that a successful person worked every hour of every day. So I booked myself up like crazy, and then I never had time for myself. And then, of course, I wondered why I was so fucked up all the time. It's because you're not taking care of yourself. If you're working more than 8 hours a day, that's why you're sad. And I know most people do. I mean, that's like, yeah, that sucks. That's why we need to overthrow capitalism. That's why we need to get rid of this motherfucker. That's why we need fucking unions and all kinds of other things, other ways. You know, there's not just one way to live. We need all kinds of ways to make money and to figure out how to make commerce, how to support our communities, how to support our families. There's not just one way to be. 5:30 book club. What's this? Oh, LOL. Newsletter call. Let me try and move that up because it's at 4. Let me try and make it at 3:30 because 4 is when I need to eat. I laugh at our newsletter call because we haven't gotten this month's newsletter out yet, and we have a call in 2 weeks to talk about June's newsletter. But that's okay. That's just how we are. We are kind of bonkers sometimes. I mean, like, it's better to me. It's like if my newsletter is late because I was doing paid work for a client, I'm cool with that. Sesh. And then let's see, what's this? Josh. Cool. And then, boo, boo, boo. This is happy hour and also class. Let's see, 5:30. And then, prep. And then class. My class is only an hour because we deal with some heavy shit and I don't want people to like leave more exhausted. I want them to be able to like process shit, you know, in time and like not feel super overwhelmed. Fam Zoom. Although we might be going back to once a month since we can actually see each other in person now. And this guy. And then, oh, and record. I have to record. And then also record here. Oh, no, that's not a record. I need to move recording. Because that's actually something else. Ah. Here, I'll record here. Or at least I'll try. And that's actually where that ends, not there. It's kind of all over the place. And then 3:30 to 4:30. And then, oh, this is also my 5:30 to 7. That's another course I'm teaching. Confronting toxic productivity. That's one of my favorite and my most popular courses. And then stick in a prep time. And then also stick in a snack. I'm going to try and make that bold. And put an arrow. That's also date night, but we're going to have to move date night maybe to Saturday. So let's just go on ahead and move that right now. And that's it. This is me. Oh, let's put a weekend sticker. I forgot. I almost forgot. Let's use up the last of these Ivory Paper Co. weekend stickers. Doot, doot. If I can find them. Where are you? Here they are. Oh, I guess I thought there were less of them. This is not coming off of the paper thingy. Okay, now it is. Do I just stick it straight on there? Like it's a little bit, you know what? That's okay. We don't have to be fancy all the time, right? You know, sometimes you can just stuff your weekend sticker straight on the weekend like that. It's fine. Nobody's gonna know, except everyone watching this. All right, everybody. So here's last week, nothing in there. Here's this week, very little in here. Quantifying is a tool that can be used to help or harm. That's, I think from, I don't know where the fuck I saw that, but maybe I said it. And then here's next week, and then here's the week after. And then obviously I'm gonna have to start, I'm gonna come back with the watercolors. All right, bye everyone.